Hello, welcome to the Galaxy Geeks channel. We are reviewing Space Jam: A New Legacy. So, Audrey Studdard, what's your experience of the first movie?
The first movie, what year did that come out again?
I believe it was 98, maybe.
So I was probably about 7 or 8 when that one came out. I loved it when I was little.
I had fun with it. I mean, it's not the best movie, but it's a fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, in saying that, let's talk about this new movie. I have a photo to show everyone before we start. What have I done? That's the definition of this movie. So, what was your first impressions of this movie?
Okay, so whenever I heard that they were doing a sequel, I'll just be honest, whenever I hear sequels for childhood movies, I don't get too excited. Or sequels, remakes. But well, after watching this, I'm like,
why?
why?
Just why? Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible.
I'm like, I am not liking this. Like, I was just throughout the movie, I was just kind of bored with it. I mean, there's not trying to do any spoilers or anything, but I enjoyed some of the movie references that they threw in it. But other than that,
well,
yeah.
I feel with this one, I'm actually okay with us spoiling. I'm okay with spoiling this movie due to the fact, just due to the fact of it's okay.
But there might be people out there, don't ruin it for them.
I am okay with that because that's the only way this review goes well.
You dream killer, you.
Well, you see, the movie was not great.
It really wasn't.
All right, let's go into it. It first starts out with LeBron James. He starts out as a kid. He's being given a video game. And basically it's like, oh, you did bad in this basketball game because of a video game. And that's the only time you actually see basketball the whole movie. Is that accurate?
Honestly?
I mean, so he grows up, he's got to focus. Kind of remind me of the first movie when they did that.
Mm.
And then you're shown that he's a really bad dad. His son creates a video game, and the game
looked pretty awesome.
Why would a dad be against his son making that awesome of a video game? I mean, that kind of game's making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Playing basketball, you might get in. And yes, his dad's LeBron James, but even that, maybe.
Mm.
So he goes to Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers pitches him this movie deal and all this ideas, and he says no. Then Don Cheadle, he's the main villain in this movie. What did you think of Don Cheadle?
I don't know, it was just kind of weird seeing War Machine as a villain. Honestly, it was my first thought.
Well, he knew what movie he was in.
Yeah, he did.
He knew exactly what movie he was in. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but so then you have LeBron James getting thrown into the cartoon world. He goes to meet Luke. Basically, he goes to meet Bugs because Don Cheadle takes his son. And so he needs to collect a basketball team. I am not going to lie. The cartoon side of it, where they're going to different worlds, was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I had fun with it. Would you agree, disagree?
Yeah, I like that part of it.
It wasn't terrible. It's not the worst thing I've seen. It was comical, and, if they had focused on stuff like that, I'd been okay with it. And then the basketball game. They turned them into 3D. It didn't work. It looks really awkward.
Yeah, I liked him better as the cartoons.
Yeah, it just felt so... Ugh. I don't know. It didn't work for me at all.
Yeah.
And so then after that, you have... Daffy didn't do anything in this movie.
He really didn't.
Even Bugs was a secondary character. The problem was they put such a focus on LeBron James, but they didn't put a focus on the Looney Tunes. It was, they're in the background, LeBron James is in the front. And it just didn't work. It felt too pushed on. And so...
the focus in this movie, which not a terrible focus. It was more on the father-son relationship and like oh, you don't understand who I am. Like this is me, and dad basically going on his journey to find out like I should have listened to my son.
And if that would have been more the focus, that'd been great. But that was half the movie, and then all this stuff was thrown at it. The basketball game in the stands, they had all the characters, and this was in the trailer, all the characters of Warner Brothers. They should have never done this. Or if they had done it, they should have kept it a 3D animated look. But they were throwing they had it in it around children.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, why would you do that?
Like, you could tell it wasn't...
Oh, the costumes.
The costumes weren't great.
It was like your first... The costumes looked like someone's first ever costume they used for Comic-Con.
Yeah.
That's bad. I've seen better cosplays than that movie showed. And this is a $150 million movie. And it's Warner Brothers. They have the costumes. Why didn't they use them? And so it was very distracting. The logic didn't work. You had them playing basketball. It was basically the video game version of basketball that the son created.
Like there were really no rules. Like whatever went.
No rules.
However you want it to go, that's what happened.
There's no stake.
It went.
There's no stakes there.
No.
It's just, oh, I just made 1,000 points. How do you make 1,000 points? Oh, style. Okay, so we're saying style gives you all these points. Okay, so later on in the movie, you have this epic shot. 2 points. 2 points. No. No. You've got to have some form of logic. Yes, this was a kid's movie, but that doesn't mean it should be, there's no logic. Toy Story. Toy Story is a kid's movie. But there's logic, there's rules. There's when the parents come in, the toys act like toys and don't move.
They drop.
That's a rule. They don't break that rule. And there's other movies where it's a kid's movie, but they don't break the rules. All right, even in the first Space Jam, yes, it was loony and everything else, but they still played basketball. There was still the game. There was still the basketball rules. Yes, they kind of pushed it, but it at least made sense. This movie did not make sense. So in saying that, there's another thing. There was a big drama about Lola Bunny's new design. The 2D design, I was okay with. What do you think of the 2D design? It was fine.
I was good with that.
Yeah, like we're looking at right now, she looks fine. I mean, she looks like Lola, and she looks like, because Lola was always kind of modeled after Bugs, and she looked good. Now to show you the 3D version. What were they doing? It doesn't match the 2D. It looks wrong. Like going back, if you look, she doesn't look like Bugs. She doesn't even look like Lola. It's so wrong and off, and I just don't enjoy it.
Just like looking at her face, to me, I see more of a chipmunk than I do a rabbit.
Yeah, I agree. It's so... Ugh. So in saying that, the movie was not good. There was redeeming qualities in it. There was a good movie in it, I think. Somewhere. Maybe. But when the Looney Tunes were being Looney Tunes, it was fun. It's just you didn't see that much because they were so focused on everything else. They were basically making a commercial for HBO Max. That was this movie, a commercial for HBO Max. And so it didn't work. I hate that it didn't work because I was looking forward to it. I love Looney Tunes.
I was hoping it was going to be good, but I'm so disappointed.
Well, and something that did hurt us, and I want to put this out there, we did watch this movie on HBO Max. We did not watch it in the theater, so our phones was a major distraction during this movie. We felt bored. I was bored through the movie. My phone was more entertaining, or I wanted to be on my phone more, and I just made myself watch the movie and keep my phone away. I shouldn't have to do that. I should be wrapped up in the story, and I couldn't follow it.
Yeah.
So, in saying that, Audrey Shuddered, if you're going to give it a galaxy star, what's your rating for this movie? Out of 5.
It's going to have to be between 1 and 1.5. And I give it that because there were some parts of the movie that I did have fun with, and I enjoyed watching the family relationship.
Yeah.
And also, like, that father-son growth where he's understanding, like, you know, my kid, he's not what I'm into, but kind of, but in his own way, and trying to learn that together.
So me and Eli, we talked about this movie earlier. He gave it a 1.5 because kind of the same reasoning. He found some fun moments. For me, I give it a 1.5 as well. I felt there were fun moments when the Looney Tunes were being Looney Tunes. I had fun with those moments. There were really a lot of logic problems, so that's why it's so low. I won't give it a 1 because it's still watchable. And for a kid, I think if you are under the age of 10, I think you can have a lot of fun with this movie. If you don't have to worry about the logic behind it, if you're just going in to have fun, I think under 10 could have some fun with it. I don't think it's a very memorable movie for them. I think they'll watch it and then they will want to go back and watch another movie that has more logic to it because, you know, those movies seem to stick a little bit better. So, in saying that, thank you, my wife, for reviewing this with me. She did not want to.
I'm here against my will.
I see how it is. No, but the movie was, but that's okay. Not all movies are going to be great, and you know, that's how it goes. So, everyone, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We have really been putting videos out there. We're trying to do better, and thank y'all for watching. All right, bye.
Bye.